Hi, Matthias.
Hello, Patty. How
So
are
nice
you?
to see you again.
Yes, it's not a long time ago, but nice to see you again, indeed.
Yeah, because we have an excited project coming on.
So, is it?
Would you care to explain more about this?
Yes, of course. We are both here and talking about 80% is psychology. And it's a webinar we are currently both working on, and that I've done a while ago and now relaunching as a webinar. Um, Actually, people sometimes ask me why 80% is psychology. And of course, it's a bit a random number, but the message is that our human existence, actually, it's not about mechanics, but it's rather about psychological, mental abilities. So that's the message. We are not machines. Our brain is not computer-like. We are much more mental beings.
Yes.
That's the key message. Yes.
And why is this so important for you?
Please say that again.
Why is this so important for you?
This is. I even don't think anymore about why it is important because it has become me. Not this title, but the content we are talking about, because it's about learning, it's about self leadership, and it's about cross-cultural development of human capital, and I just aligned my life to serve these purposes because I really think it's meaningful for what I have to offer. Yeah.
Yes. I remember that we started to connect, I think about 3 years ago, right? Through our blogs.
Yeah, in minimum, yes.
Yeah. And I think in a way, although we embrace or go about it differently, but I think at core, I think we have the same mission, I think, right? To connect with people on a global scale and exchange knowledge and experiences and have perspectives and learn from each other, right?
Yes, yes. So it's really that we are sitting now together here. It's actually not surprising, but also it was not planned for a long time. We just interacted a lot on our blogs. Especially you were really such a support actually because your feedback, your questions, sometimes even challenges for what I've posted was really helpful to reflect. And yes, indeed, I think we finally we all always understood each other very well.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Yeah.
complemented each other also very well.
Yeah.
That's why I'm really so glad that we can work together here.
Yes, me too, because I remember that last year I took one of your online courses and I was thinking, like starting to read your latest material about awareness intelligence. I was like, this is something more people, preferable everybody should read and get to know about and talk about, not necessarily um, agreeing with you on every part, but at least, think about it and make it their own, right? So
Yes.
that's why I thought, come on, Matthias, let's do something together and bring this information to the people.
Yes.
But
Why? Yes. Why do you think these messages should be spread more?
because I think in the world we live in right now, there has been that trend about becoming aware of yourself. Yes, but I think we shouldn't also forget about how important it is to stay connected at the same time with each other, right? And I think, and I believe these interactions on a global scale, whether it is, you know, in your own community, or like this online medium can help, like to gain more understanding of each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
And see why is someone doing what he is doing, and that is my interest, from since I was little. Why do people do what they do? And I think by seeking understanding and asking about each other's perspectives and backgrounds and cultures they grew up with, that is, I think, the key to creating a more peaceful world and creating
Yes.
meaningful relationships like we did. We started to get curious about each other, and we built, I feel, a meaningful relationship, right?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. So what you mentioned, awareness, intelligence, and self-awareness. So actually, it was not about awareness first when I started these psychology courses, but I discovered that actually it always boiled back to awareness aspects, and actually mainly two dimensions. The one of these dimensions is social interactions, as you say, the relationships, the human relations, and the other dimension is time. So, and actually what I found is why it's called awareness intelligence. It's really about an ability. I really don't want to tell people what to think, but how to expand the horizon in these two dimensions. For example, sometimes it has just to be about me or my relationships, my family, etc. But it's really I think mental stretching that is necessary to assume other perspectives, get more insight, and to act more healthily for oneself and for others. If this social scope can be expanded, like then go to broader constructs of groups like nation, race, religion, etc. But also not staying there even.
Yeah.
There is a possibility to kind of do this mental stretch and use imagination and the heart to connect to all humanity.
Yeah.
And that's also, it's also about that, whatever it is called, whether it's called compassion, altruism, or whatever philosophical terms. And the other thing is time also. We are very much driven by short-term goals, etc. And we forget where we really come from. Our memory is kind of the limit where we think about, and this is all about what we were taught we are. But if we try to mentally stretch even before where we have memory, where we really come from, it's kind of a source that is even not our family or our upbringing in the society we were born. It's something that is more fundamentally human. And to connect to this as well is part of what we sometimes also bring things back to. So this is kind of this awareness intelligence. So it's, if it sounds very philosophical, it's just the course is powered by these influences.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we also present a lot of latest research in psychology. Even psychology is positioned somewhat between biology and philosophy. So a little bit it also has the mechanical aspect when we look at brain science, neuroscience, but we look at what this is, but also what it is not, because some things can even not be explained. What is fueling the brain, what is making life kick off, it needs to be considered a bit different. So we really try to holistically look at many concepts.
Yeah, and
I think that's also your approach, no?
Yeah, that is exactly, why I was drawn to your study materials, because you come from that holistic point, right? So that it is, about body, mind, and soul, right? And yes, if you talk about those two that dualism that we are raised with, but it's not only about the body and the mind, it's also about
Mm.
that soul, right?
Mm.
And and what you also mentioned, um, for me it's also about the energy, and we are energy. That is what connects us all, right? And we use energy for everything, like even our body uses energy, to grow or to heal something inside us. And that same energy is also what connects us. And that same energy is also what makes a flower grow, right? And tap
Yes,
into that. And that there is more than we are aware of, right? And that we
yes,
can become aware of that.
yes, absolutely. So I really think um, it's unique, this course, in a way that um, yeah, I have a background in, as you know, in education sciences. Also have an MBA, so I have experience in senior management, daily life, and psychology. So kind of lightening things up from these different angles. I think this adds really value to the participants, because it's not only what you can hear in business schools, but it's also more and more practical, connecting more dots than just in an academics, in a psychology course.
Yeah.
That I think is really nice, and we both together bring so many aspects to the table.
Yeah, and don't forget, like you are from Switzerland, I'm from originally from the Netherlands, but we both travel the world. So we have, you lived in Japan, you are in India at the moment. I'm now in Germany, but I've been, in several places. So I think we also bring in, different cultures
Yes,
into a session, which I
yes,
believe um, is important to stay open-minded and to be able, you know, to
yes.
address people from all cultures, right?
Absolutely. So intentionally, the approach to these webinars is to be intergenerational. So for young and old, there is no pattern actually. I tended to think more, let's say 30, around people around 30, but actually it's not true. We had participants from 20 upward students, and also much older people. Uh, and also interdisciplinary,
Yeah,
so coming from so different walks of life and with different backgrounds, and also cross-culturally, of
yeah,
course,
cross-culturally.
as you mentioned.
Yeah,
Yes. So there's actually a strong emphasis on also looking at especially Eastern and Western um,
influences.
styles,
Yeah,
how this influences how people learn and behave. Yeah. So,
yeah,
so there it helps that I was staying the last 6 years in Japan. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. And I think what is also, very important for people who are watching and thinking about signing up of these courses is that it's not going to be a lecture, like that we ask the people, to share their perspectives of what they see, watch
Yes.
what you present, right?
Yes, absolutely. So I prepare a lot, because, as I said, it's what I'm interested in. I prepare a lot, and it comes with a PowerPoint presentation and additional material. And I present topics to kind of kick off the discussion, etc. But as much as possible, we'd like to listen to questions and stories of the participants. So because then we get kind of dots that are most relevant to connect for the participants. Of course, that's the goal. Yeah.
Yeah. And that is what I think I'm so excited about because, a presentation, a webinar, whatever, you can do alone. But, right? But,
Yes.
interacting with the people, that is what I love to do. And, getting the opportunity to talk and, you know, about all these different topics with people from all over the world. You know,
Yeah.
I'm so excited about this.
Just need to manage time a bit, because my experience is time is running and we can sit forever, right?
We
When
can talk
discussing
for
that.
hours.
But
Yeah.
from my side, mostly just so people know, so we can leave the room open and discuss possibly always a bit longer.
Yes. But not too long, because this girl has to sleep too, right?
Exactly, yes.
All right.
Yeah,
So
but there
I
is
think,
still,
I think we have managed to give a great overview of what there is to come. But I think I'm going to stop you there, because I know you're excited, but don't give everything away already, right?
yeah, you're right. And thank you so much. You're already now fulfilling your role as time manager and great support. Thanks a lot.
My pleasure, and I'm really looking forward to it, Matthias. Thank you.
Thank you, Patty.
Bye bye.
See you soon.